What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. Welcome back to the Corvette show that happens every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is where you can come to talk anything Corvette, whether it's ownership items, maintenance stuff for your Corvette, rumors, news, whatever it is. If it's Corvette, you'll find it here. And today we got a really awesome show, guys. Obviously, you've probably seen by now I got to drive Street Speed's C8 Corvette ZR1, and it was freaking ridiculously awesome. But there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to unpack there that, believe it or not, I wasn't able to necessarily put all of it in that video, or it would have been like 3 hours long. So we're going to talk more about my driving experience with that tonight as well. But the big thing to talk about on the docket is that Corvettes at Carlisle is coming up very soon. And if you guys want to get an exhaust installed on your Corvette, it's a little different this time. They're not doing it at Carlisle, but they are doing it at their headquarters, which is only a little bit past Carlisle. So if you want to have that install done, and the install is free, you buy the exhaust, they do the install for free. And what better place to install that product than the people who make it? So if you guys are interested in grabbing that, I'm going to post a link in the chat here in a little bit that is going to allow you to go to their website, fill out a form to basically solidify your spot so you can get that done. So before we get too much into it, though, I do want to bring on Joe. You guys know Joe. He is here to talk to us again about some of the Corvettes that we have for sale, and one of which we just recently sold. Joe, how are you?
I'm good. Hello, everybody. Hey, David.
What's up, Joe?
So, yeah, let me jump right into it. So this week, we're proud to say we set a record for the fastest car sale we've had to date since launching the service in the spring. In fact, none of you actually saw the car. We were reached on a Thursday by a gentleman who came to us after receiving 2 quotes from dealerships in his local town, was not exactly pleased. Long story short, we have developed a network of buyers in addition to any of you that might be interested in vehicles. So with just a phone call or two to some of the buyers I've networked with, we were able to come up with about a $4,000 better price than what the 2 dealers were offering. And that was in, with trade-in allowances included. So just a reminder to all of you, if you're sort of in a rush or you've got time on your hands, either way, we can accommodate. It was a 2025 Z06 2LZ with 1,900 miles on it. And like I said, with a couple of calls, we were able to locate a buyer. It was picked up just this Tuesday. So literally phone call Thursday, sold on Friday. It was picked up Tuesday, transaction done. The other 2 vehicles that we do have on the site right now is a stunning 2023 white build 2LT with just 3,700 miles. It has sky cool interior, which is really a nice shade that goes well with white. It's got over $107,000 in the car. You can make it yours for $74,000. I see a lot of cars, and I'm going to be candid with you, for $74,000, you're hard pressed, in my opinion, to find one that is this gorgeous. And really all the add mods are extremely tasteful. There's a ton of carbon fiber, both on the order itself, interior wise. There's stealth package interior, and then there's a whole bunch of add-on carbon fiber in the engine bay that really sets off the car. 2-tone seats, the list goes on and on. All the particulars are on the site. So I encourage you, or if you know somebody interested in wanting to get into a C8, really nice build for not breaking the bank, this would be certainly one to consider. The other vehicle we have is a C5 in black. 700 horsepower, 700 pounds of torque. We've had this one for longer than I think most of us thought we would, given its provenance and the fact that, its build including some of the best talented builders in the business. It's been reduced to $37,000. That will be the final reduction. And the owners decided if we don't sell the car by the end of August, he's going to hold on to it. So if you know anybody or you're interested in owning just an amazing car that frankly is faster than a 2025 Z06 in a quarter mile, here's your chance for about 1/3 the price. So there's a lot of value here. And I know that David, being into cars the way he is from a building aspect, has commented many times that you can't even come close to copying something like this.
No, not even close.
For the
Not even. You got more in parts in that car than you're asking for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the twin turbos alone and the engine itself, the way it's been configured, would pay for the car. That all said, I wanted to segue into Carlisle, as Justin was touching on. I will be there with Solar Performance, and we will be in Justin's booth, and David is going to be up there as well, as most of you know. We are running a really attractive pre-show special, so if you still have not tried a solar controller in your Corvette or a throttle body, this is your opportunity to do it. We are offering orders now where we will take a prearranged install for you as well. So we will ship your parts to you in advance of Carlisle. You'll simply call the number that's going to be posted, as part of this call by Justin. Make the arrangements, bring your part. You'll have your time slot. We're going to offer free shipping to get the part to you. So there's, no charge for that. We're also going to extend the warranty on any of those parts. We normally have a 1 year, no questions asked warranty. That's going to be tripled. So it'll be 3 years parts and, replacement at no additional charge. Those are available as an add-on. Those range from $20 if you were to buy them separately for the throttle controller, and up to $60 for a throttle body. Those are gratis as part of the pre-sale as well. And then there's just a very small nominal fee for the install. It's only $20 to have a controller installed. It's $40 for a throttle body, or both for $50. And I can tell you, bringing that to a shop, while not laborious on the throttle controller side, throttle bodies can be a little bit more time. You'd be lucky to spend no less than $150 for both, probably upward of $200. So in addition to that savings, you've got the 3-year warranty, free shipping, and every product comes with a 30-day money back, no questions asked guarantee. So there's really no reason not to take care of it at Carlisle if you're going to be there.
Exactly. All right, so guys, I just posted the link for the solar performance stuff in the chat there. You're going to want to call that number, talk to Tiffany. She'll book your position for Carlisle, so you guys can just walk up, get your part, get it installed, you're done. There's no fuss. So if you want to do it that way, give that number a call. Of course, she's going to know Horsepower Obsessed sent you, but if you feel like you want to tell her, you could. Either way, Joe, thanks for bringing your knowledge always. We appreciate it. Again, like Joe said, we do have that C8 Corvette still for sale. It's actually a subscriber here. He's in the chat a lot, named Steve Risha. I actually was at a car show this past weekend with him, and actually with the next guest we're going to bring on as well, and got to see his car in person. And it's not the first time I've seen it in person, but it is a fantastic looking C8 Corvette. So just like Joe said, if you are looking for a clean example of a C8 Corvette, this is it. And I mean, for 74 grand, the car is already done. You buy it, it's turnkey, you're ready to go. So if you're not interested, maybe somebody you know is, let them know that this exists over on the horsepowerobsessed.com website. Let's get this thing rolling. But thanks again, Joe. We'll see you at Carlisle, I guess.
Yeah, I can't believe it's that close.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody. Hope to see all of you that may be joining there live.
Yep. See you later, Joe.
Bye-bye.
All right, so guys, the next guest we're going to bring on here is going to be another guest that's going to kind of rehash what we've been talking about in the past, and that is obviously that the solar performance products are pretty good and they're pretty awesome. And, you've heard me say it a million times, you've heard David say it a million times, but we are YouTubers, so I understand it comes across a certain way. Today I got a call from a friend who was at that local car show with me over this weekend, and he just installed his throttle controller. He called me to tell me how fantastic it was in the tiny little bit of time that he's had to use it, and how fantastic the experience was. So I told him, I said, if you got time, jump on the live with us. I want other people to hear what you're saying. So I'm going to introduce him in 1 second here, as soon as I can get him loaded in here. Okay, and this is Mike. So welcome to the channel, Mike. Thanks for taking the time.
What's up, Mike?
Justin, Dave, how are you?
Good.
Good. Mike, tell the guys here kind of the way that the phone conversation started off with us, tell them, how excited you were, basically.
Yeah, it was crazy, Justin. Again, good to be here this evening. Follow you all the time. It was interesting because I've heard everyone talk about it. Throttle controller, throttle bodies. So I said, you know what, let me order one. One of my buddies here in Moon Township ordered one a couple weeks ago and put his on. So I got it. It came in today over at the shop. So as soon as I found out it was delivered, I ran up to the shop, grabbed it, came back, jumped on a conference call. As soon as that conference call was over, I had like 15-minute break. I said, you know what, I got to get this thing on like ASAP. Ran out to the garage, pulled the pedal off, 10 millimeter, plug and play, got the module set up, was good to go. Had to jump back on a conference call. I had one more break and I said, okay, I got to see what this is all about. So drive out, I'm on normal, pull up the app, first of all, because I just wanted to see how the app worked. And it was super easy to use. Took your advice, Justin, went straight to level 6, and it was like immediate game changer. I could not honestly believe it. It was almost a little scary because I was used to having some good throttle, but not like that immediate go. And it felt like a completely different car. So I played with it a little bit, went from 6 to 7. I went to the ludicrous, quickly came back to the 7, and I said, I think this is my quick spot. Within all of that time was maybe about 8 minutes, and that's when I called you. I said, I hope he picks up the phone because I just have to tell him this is no BS. This is legit. And we called up. I rode around for about another 20 minutes, just filling it out, came back home, and I'm telling you, it was no joke. I mean, the Z06 is an amazing car. We talked about that quite a bit, but just that one simple modification that literally, and I'm not a mechanic, took me 15 minutes to install, just made such a huge difference. So you take that, and now throttle bodies will be next. I can only imagine what it's going to feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, like I said, I've been trying to bring other people in on the channel here to give their experience with this product, because like I said, you've heard it from me, you've heard it from David, and you're going to continue to hear it from me because I'm about to put a throttle controller on my new Z06 as well. And I typically like to wait until 500 miles till I do anything like that. And I'm over the 500 miles and I haven't put it on yet. So it's coming. And once it does, it's going to be very night and day for me, because one of the videos I'm going to be making here very soon is actually talking about my C8 Z06 that I had, the black one. I kind of piecemealed everything together. So, a part here, a part there, a part here, a part there, over the period of 2 years. I didn't really realize, I knew everything I was adding added power, but I didn't really realize how much power it added until I go from that to a completely stock car. And now I'm driving my stock Z06 and I'm like, man, this needs something. Like, it's just not fast enough. So I'm gonna talk more about that in the future, in a future video, because it really is pretty jarring. And one of the first things it should have, in my opinion, is a throttle controller. That's going to fix the majority of what I feel is kind of slow. I hate using that word when the car's not slow, but it feels slower than my black one did. And it's because there's no mods on it. But anyway, guys, like I said, I wanted to bring people on here that are going to kind of reiterate the word that the solar throttle controller is worth every penny. That's not even close to on the take as far as like getting paid to say it or anything. Not that I do or David does either, but just saying, we know how it might look. And
so the first mod I did other than my spacers. Yeah.
And that was really like, you had just started your YouTube channel, so you definitely weren't getting paid.
Nope.
But yeah, again, guys, big thank you to Mike. Thanks for coming out, jumping on the channel here, letting us know your take on it. I really appreciate that. And of course, I'll see you at the future Cars and Coffee where we can talk a little bit more about it, but really appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah. Thanks, Justin. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys have a good one.
Take it easy, man.
I don't know how you haven't put at least the throttle control. I get it, because you don't want to get into the throttle with the 500, but
yeah.
Dude, as far as like 10 minutes in a screwdriver, I don't know how you haven't done that one yet.
Well, it's to be honest with you, it is just everything else. I'm just like going mod crazy with this car. I mean, even tomorrow, I'm literally, my wife asked me earlier, she's like, when are you going to be home this week? And I said, I'm not. Like, I'm going to be out doing something with this car every single day of this week. And that's kind of to get it prepared for Corvettes at Carlisle. So, but yeah, it's nuts. I haven't had a chance to actually put it on there, so I will be here soon, though.
That's the one that's like as easy as it is to do and as big of a difference as it makes. That's the one I'm really surprised hasn't gone on yet.
Yeah.
Really.
I am too, to be honest with you, but it is coming. So again, guys, check out the links in the description down below. I have the link for the free installs at AWE and the install phone number you're going to want to call for the solar performance stuff to get on that list, because if you don't want to mess with it, then just come out and let them do it. And to be honest with you, if I don't do it by Carlisle, I may just have them do it for me. Like while I'm sitting around talking to you guys, I'll just have them install it for me. But
there you go.
But yeah, like I said, it needs done. It is definitely well worth the $220 or whatever it is. Plus, you're going to save shipping if you grab it at Carlisle, and you can get it installed. So
Right.
anyway, I saw a question in here I wanted to answer. Oh yeah, that's what it was.
I have one for my Challenger, for my Mach 1, for my Z06, and then Joe's bringing me one for my C6 that I guess it's his that he never got installed on a different car. So all my cars will actually have it after Carlisle.
Yeah, my Ram TRX has it as well. But
Yeah,
somebody asked in here about the Eventuri fitting the C8 ZR1, and it should.
yeah, it should.
The intake setup is very similar. So the word on the street right now is most likely. So I think that's pretty much a yes. All right.
Well,
So
you know, what they're doing at Carlisle, Justin, with the install and then the free extended warranty, that's killer.
yeah, it is. Robert Brunn just popped up here that he's been a member for 9 months. Thanks, Robert.
Wow.
He says thanks
I
for the
didn't
stream.
know that popped up.
Yes. KP asks, does the throttle controller work well with the E-Raid? The throttle controller works well with basically any car. The only car that I would say to take your time with it on would be a manual transmission car, because you're going basically the throttle response of everything. You're going to have to kind of relearn how to drive that manual transmission because of
you relearn the engagement on the clutch and the throttle because
of that. I don't have one on my ZR1, but anything that's automatic, it's a no-brainer. I throw it in there because it will improve your driving experience every time. All right, so again, let's see what we're at. We got 150 people watching, 69 thumbs ups. Let's get that to 100 thumbs ups in the next 8 minutes, guys. Smash the thumbs up for me. We're going to talk a lot about my experience with the C8 ZR1, the one that I drove over at Street Speed's house. Really a really cool car. Obviously, you guys probably saw the video, and if you did, you know I had trouble containing myself. So you kind of know where this is going anyway, but there's a lot to that car that I didn't get a chance to discuss, and one of the points is probably going to blow your mind, because I don't remember who I was talking to about it. Was at a car show, but somebody I was talking to about it asked me, could you tell the difference in the C8 Corvette ZR1 in the torque? Like, did you immediately notice the torque? And to be honest with you, I didn't. I didn't. It didn't feel any different to me than driving the Z06, which sounds really weird because you're talking about twice the amount of torque, and I didn't notice it. The biggest thing I noticed, of course, is when you put your foot into the gas and those turbo spool, you're talking about a lot more power.
Right.
But I didn't specifically notice a torque difference. If you drive that car without really getting into the gas pedal, you really are driving a Z06. Now, take that how you will, but just also note that once you start stepping into the pedal, you're going to notice pretty quickly it is not a Z06. But if you're putting around town, getting groceries, doing this, you're not going to notice a difference. It drives very similar to a Z06. And that's a good thing. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. Trust me, that's a great thing. GM designed a car that is 1,000 horsepower and extremely approachable. It's a fantastic thing. But like I said, once you put your foot into the gas pedal on that car, you will hear the turbo start spooling, and immediately you're transported to a different world. So yeah. Bill Miller says, didn't you lose the rear end when you stepped in it the first time? Yeah, I did. And that's the thing, is because I knew it's 1,000 horsepower. I knew, but I did not expect that power to come on the way it did. I was like, all right, let's do it. And I put the pedal to the floor. Don't do that. Don't do that. It was literally like, oh yeah, that's right. This thing has 1,000 horsepower. Like I just wasn't thinking about it.
So waiting on your video, knowing that you were over there with Mike, did you happen to monitor? I know there's a lot going on when you're driving that car and you're focused. Did you happen to look at the boost in first and second gear?
Yeah.
To see, did you?
Yeah.
Like, what was
So,
the peak boost in
Zero,
first and
zero.
second?
I couldn't get any boost in first gear. Now the wheels would start spinning. So once they spun, I imagine the car was cutting power anyway. So that might have been what was limiting boost, but I got 0 boost in first gear. Second gear, I didn't notice. Third, I showed in the video, it zoomed in. I was hitting 22 and peaked at 23 PSI, which is
I saw that. Yeah.
freaking nuts
Which
as
is
it is.
insane.
Yeah.
23 PSI on a factory car with a warranty. It runs
With
on 90
turbos that are like, freaking huge. Like, no, and that's the thing. Starts Up says, so was there any pucker factor? No, there wasn't. The car is extremely controllable. Like,
Steven says you can daily drive this thing probably more than a Z06.
Definitely. And honestly, I agree, because something about the transmission, and I talked about this in the video, something about the transmission is actually smoother. It feels smoother. It feels like it carries power over better. It just feels easier to drive, which is insane when you think about it.
That's crazy. Crazy. So with throttle controller getting you higher up in the map quicker on the throttle position sensor, I wonder if that will fix a lot of that too. If it'll take it from, it feels like a Z06 to all of a sudden like, holy, like,
Yeah,
oh my God.
It probably would. And I mean, I didn't notice. Somebody else asked me the same, a similar question. They said, does the ZR1 have that same like dead spot in first gear that the Z06 does, like right as you're about to start? And I said, you know what? I didn't notice. So I'm going to have to say it doesn't. And again, if it doesn't, that's just more evidence that something's different about the transmission. Now, before you guys go running away and saying, oh, he doesn't know there's something different. I know there's a few different things that they changed with the ZR1. They beefed up things to make it handle the power better. But I'm talking
different gearing.
Yeah, I'm talking about something outside of that. I get that the gears or the internals are beefed up to handle the power. I get that. That's not what I'm talking about here. Something, the way that the car shifts, the way it does everything. And somebody actually mentioned in my comment section on a video that they had heard one of the engineers talking about I think the clutch pressures throughout the gears that was different on the ZR1. That absolutely could be it. That could be what's making the shift feel smoother.
Yeah, because that's been the Achilles heel of Z06 when you start adding power, that we've kind of hit the limit on that. But they do make workarounds now with like the pressure controller, like PyTest has one, and CCO. There's some other people that have them, and they're aftermarket solutions. But to have bigger lines and more clutch pressure or line pressure when you're shifting, I'm sure that makes a world of difference.
Yeah. All right. So Riptide Rick says, Justin, which sounds better, Z06 or ZR1? Personally, Z06, without a doubt. But I was very pleasantly surprised with how that ZR1 sounded. And the only reason I say Z06 is because the Z06 has a better sound, not necessarily that it sounds better, if that makes sense. So the ZR1 actually sounds to me a lot like a cross-plane crank. And this is why this was such a debate before this car came out, because sometimes you'd hear it sounded like a flat plane, other times you'd hear it, everybody was like, oh, it's a cross-plane.
Right.
When the work that FabSpeed did to Mike's car was done, when he revs it, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that's a cross-plane crank car. It sounds more like a Stingray than it does a Z06 with an exhaust, of course, both cars. Then when you put an exhaust on a Z06, it is just a completely different sound. And I know that sounds weird because the engines are very similar, but it sounds more like a cross-plane crank. And
the exhaust gases and the sound have to go through the turbos.
Right.
It's different manifolds. I mean, there's a big difference. But like, I agree with you on that. Like when they were letting it rip on the dyno on Mike's video, like, I mean, it definitely did not sound as Z06-ish as I anticipated. It was definitely more on the lines of cross plane versus flat plane. But I mean, it sounds great once the exhaust.
I was going to say this is not a
snap, crackles, pops, and the
it's not a knock on the ZR1 at all. It sounds really good, but if you held a gun to my head and I'm choosing a car based on nothing but sound, the Z06 is where I would go. And I mean,
in the comments, Steven, I know you're in here. You have the most amazing sounding E-Ray in the world. Like your E-Ray is sick as hell, dude. And you have a ZR1, so I want to know.
He has a Z06 too.
Paragon. Yeah, but the sound, the ZR1 sound, versus your twin turbo E-Ray? Which sound? Because they're both turbo cars, so they both have turbos, between the engine and the exhaust. So let me know, Steven, because I'm really, really curious on that one now that you have yours back.
Chopper Larry says he just got on here, but happy anniversary to me and my wife.
He just noticed your braces are
and
on.
noticed that. Yeah, I've had them off for 2 weeks or so, but
I noticed the first week you didn't even say anything, and I was
no,
like, your
I didn't.
braces
I
are
didn't
off.
want to. I wanted to see who was going to notice it because I don't know. I'm not one that draws attention to that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I would have
was
rather
texting you, "Your
I would rather
braces are
nobody
off."
noticed I had braces at all. Like that would have been cool.
Right.
But either way, thanks, Larry. Yeah. Lewis says, I remember a while back the C8 were running at the ring. A lot of us thought they were cross-plane crank. Likely was the ZR1. That's I was in that category because I actually had two different inside sources feeding me information. One was saying it was a cross-plane crank, and one was saying it was a flat plane crank. They were both inside of GM. So to this day, I don't know why I was getting two different pieces of information, if both of them actually didn't know, or if they were purposely giving me the wrong information on both sides so I didn't know. I don't know.
Well, and now that the car's out, now that people are getting them, now that we're seeing them, we're hearing them, you're experiencing
Yeah.
it makes sense when we were getting the teasers that why we were hearing these different type sounds, right? Like we went back and forth. Oh, that I thought it was cross plane, flat plane. Now that sounds like cross plane.
Yeah.
That sounds like flat
And
plane.
I was
It's
right there with
because
you.
of
Yep.
Exactly.
Charles says
Steven says my E-Ray sounds better than all of them. Not even close.
wow. Okay. That's
Wow.
not what I expected him to say, but
He said the ZR1 is last in sound, but first in everything else. There
great
you go.
point. Great point.
From a guy who owns them all.
I was going to say
He
you
gets the
you can't argue that.
E-Ray and the
Yeah.
ZR1. Thanks, Steven.
Charles says I'm talking different. I don't think I talk any differently, but I guess there might be a little bit less hard S's maybe. Hondo, this is Mike that was just on here. He said he never noticed them. I appreciate that. The braces were not for aesthetics. No, they weren't. Believe it or not,
No.
They didn't help. All right, guys, let's smash the thumbs up button. We're at 8 o'clock. Usually we're at 100 by now. We're 10 behind. So smash the thumbs ups. So this is interesting, actually. Professor Corvette says, should we be arguing about the Nurburgring times or is that past news? I just had a conversation, and I mentioned on the live video, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, that I'm kind of over the idea of allowing the Nurburgring to determine whether or not the car you own or a car you want to own is worth it. First off, one of the biggest things we want to talk about with the Nurburgring is that the Nurburgring is an impossible track to get to. So for GM to ship their cars over there, ship the people over there, and also find a day or a couple days that it's not raining or cold to get a decent run over there, it's just a lot of hassle. On top of the fact that it's a ridiculously long track. And it's like,
Right.
You as a car owner or a 06 owner or ZR1 owner, you're never going to be on a track that's that big. Never. Unless you ship your car over to the Nürburgring, which how many people have done that? So I want to normalize, and I was just talking to Joe about this on the phone. I want to normalize making a local track the track.
VIR.
Yeah, VIR.
Of course, at VIR.
And the thing is like they've already done that. Chevy made big news out of it whenever they announced the C7 ZR1. They accidentally broke the record on the VIR. Why can't the VIR be the track? Or the Circuit of Americas? Or, any of these local tracks? I mean, you got the Watkins Glen track. Literally, you got a color named after this track. Why aren't we using local tracks as the definition of power, the definition of fast? They did that with the C8 ZR1 where they went out and broke GT2 RS, GT3 RS records on local tracks like the VIR and stuff. They did it on 5 different tracks. Why are we not doing that more here? Because the Nürburgring is just such an impossible track on so many different levels, and really the only people using that are the German car manufacturers. Why are we using it?
Well, and again, if they want to benchmark the ZR1, make them come to VIR. Right? They just don't go to the ring.
Yeah. And
I know it's a big marketing tool, and that's why they're doing it. And they put a lot of money into it.
The reason why it's a marketing tool, it doesn't make sense. Like, you buy a car based on, it did really well at the Nürburgring. Great. What does that mean? You're never going to go to the Nürburgring. And this is where things get hairy for me, because the times that these cars can run especially the Z06. It obviously has an issue with fifth gear being too long. That would not be a problem on a smaller track. It's only on a track that literally exercises all the gears. It makes more sense to do it on a track here, where not only is the car going to do really well on a local track, it's a track that I could literally drive to and with the same car and run the same kind of times. Like, that makes way more sense in my opinion. And even Jay Brazelton says that he's over the Nurburgring. It's an American car. Race American tracks.
Yeah, and
Simple.
the Grand Course at VIR is basically unofficially considered the American Ring. I mean, it's a hard course. It's long.
Yeah.
It's got some crazy,
Yep.
and that's car and driver uses it for their lightning lap. I mean, so there's a lot behind that you can say. But my friend that just went and drove the Nurburgring, he was there for a few days. We were talking about it at work this weekend, and he literally was saying that, yeah, ring times are great. They're marketing tools, whatever he's saying. But when and he's got an SCCA license and some other things, so he can drive. Okay, he said it was absolutely terrifying, absolutely terrifying. He said, and it was legitimately the hardest track he's ever raced, almost to the point of being impossible to put together an entire lap as a amateur or not a pro. He said he said you'll have a good sector here, you'll have a good. He said to put the whole lap together. He said just the sheer amount of fatigue it takes to be going all out for him. Whatever 8 minutes, it's a lot, and it demands your absolute. It's narrow. I was looking at the video, like some of the places, I was like, oh my god, there's no way I would drive that track with traffic. No way.
And see,
so it's not representative of anything really, other than can you do. Yeah.
And see, a track in general, I mean, even when you go to Ron Fellows, like that track is nowhere near the length of Nurburgring. And like Jim Merrill was on here saying, on a Nurburgring, he'll see in a 2-day time frame, he'll see the same turn 15 times. But if they take the same 2 days over at the VIR, he'll see that turn 150 times. Like, which track do you think he's going to do better at? The one that he sees 150 of the same turns, or only 15 times? And then you got to throw in the fact that it's always raining over there, and it seems like it's always cold. So you got to run at least one lap to warm up the tires. Then you got to do another lap, hoping it didn't rain or that someone didn't break down on the. It's just really, really tough, and it doesn't make sense why everybody seems to focus on that particular track so much when we've got plenty of awesome tracks here. Chopper Larry says we need a pro driver in the Z06. He thinks they made it slower to have a gap in time compared to the ZR1. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and I don't want to drop any names on this because I don't know that they want their name attached to this, but they were watching the videos and kind of claimed that they think the problem is the car and the fifth gear thing specifically being a problem. And again, this is when I brought up, why are we even using the Nurburgring? It doesn't make sense. Because, again, any of us that actually take the car to the track, you're going to go to a track where you're not going to come even close to hitting top speed on these cars.
Right.
So it doesn't matter how long fifth gear is. I mean, when we were at Ron Fellows, we never shifted above fourth gear. It was, you were between second and third and fourth, like this much. It was mostly second and third gear. That's how it is on most tracks.
Yep. Well, the Nurburgring kind of, to me, goes back to like top speeds, right? 233 miles, 235 mile an hour. Ain't nobody here going to do 230 something mile an hour. A, you don't have a place to do it. B, good luck, right? But it's a bragging right. It's a marketing tool. Let's do it. Our ring time was, and good on GM for doing it, to be honest with you, letting it out there. But for it to be the end all be all, hang everything on whether a car sucks or not, really kind of, because I'm telling you, again, if you look at, like you just said, the fifth gear issue, you take out, you go to VIR, I think the Z06 is like the 5th or 6th fastest all time on lightning lap, and that's number one car is like a McLaren Senna or something, but
no, it's a ZR1.
On that track at VIR, the Z06 just dominates, and then the ZR1 went out and crushed all those records, like in 5 tracks in like one day, or that one release they did.
And that's a track that anybody can go to, like especially me. I don't live that far from it. So it's like, even if you lived in California, you're closer to the VIR than you are the Nurburgring. Like, it's just, it's simple freaking geography at that point. So
I can tell you, my friend at work, he said for those 2 days guess what those 2 days on the ring cost him? Not his travel or whatever. Guess what the 2 days with the rental and the insurance and blah, 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 and all the other stuff. And so it was like 2.5 days.
$5,000.
$9,000.
$9,000. All right. So Professor Corvette, he's been trying to get me to put together a trip over the Nurburgring, which I'm not against. I really am not.
Well, now
But
if you did it as a group, you could probably get something cheaper. But like for him, it was, yeah.
it would be interesting to see the ring. It would be. But at the same time, I'm kind of anti Nurburgring at this point. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Well,
Or-
that's a big trip for like, Halo, let's do it. This is the last thing we're going to do. But like, I mean, I've got Road Atlanta 15 minutes from my house. You're close enough to VIR. There's the one up there, New Jersey Motorsports. I mean, there's so many places we can
New
have.
Jersey Motorsports Park.
The NCM court, the NCM track is a very technical track. Very
well,
technical.
I think he was more so wanting to just take a trip out there, not necessarily drive.
Well,
on
and
the
I will
track,
tell
but-
you some of the pictures and video I saw from Michael as far as being there in that area at the ring. It was absolutely gorgeous. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, LT4, let's do it, man. We get HBO hot lap times. We'll have a leaderboard. Let's do it.
If you want to throw down a track where you're pretty much guaranteed to wreck, yeah, let's just put a bunch of noobs on the Nurburgring and see who can get the best time. There'll be 10 of us out there, 9 of us will wreck. All right, let's do it.
That's right. We're coming back.
Yeah, I mean, some of these tracks are pretty cool. I mean, I'm about 45, 50 minutes from Pit Race. That's actually the track where they like did track footage for the release of the C8 Z06. So
Yeah.
the track's not any stranger to the C8 Z06. Every time I go down there, there's at least one Z06 running on that track. So
Yeah.
it's a cool track,
Well,
and it's nice.
we've
It's
got that
new.
one. Yeah. We've got that one in Atlanta Motorsports Park, but Road Atlanta, like I said, is 15, 20 minutes tops down the road. And they run the IMSA, they run the Petit Le Mans. That's where they unveiled the C8 originally when they pulled it, at the track there. It was like some of the first they had seen. And that's an amazing track. You can come down, you can stay at my place, we can go, but I've got laps on that course is fun, dude. And it's not out of reach. Like a VIR Grand course would take you a lot of time to get up to speed. You can get up to speed at Road Atlanta pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So a lot of these, like the same with the Ron Fellows track, same with NCM, you can get up to speed. You may not be mastering it. It's going to take you a while to master, but you can get up to speed and have a lot of fun pretty quickly. It's not like you have 13 miles of track that you have to master. That's very narrow, very challenging. Raining on one end, dry on the other.
Yeah, that's the concern. Is the ring is literally so big that you can have 2 different seasons happening at the same time. So like that by itself is also another concern. But Steve Robertson kind of puts it in the best words I've seen yet. The ring is great for testing, not so much for racing. And it's like, that's pretty much it. Like if you want to go out there and test your suspension, probably not a better track to do it on. Top speed, you're not going to find a bigger track. But for actual racing, it's like it comes down to the driver more so than the car, it seems. And then things get mucky because it's like, okay, we didn't have a pro racer in our car, but that doesn't mean the car's not good. Like, and then Steven actually said the same thing I was thinking. He said he keeps waiting to see the GTD pop up on these same 5 American tracks that the ZR1 dethroned the fastest car on, because he thinks that's what game on means to him. I thought the same thing, because at this point I feel like we're done with the Nurburgring. Like, I know Ford was over there. They might still be over there again with the GTD, but like, even if they do, let's say, they were at 652. Let's say that they hit 650 and they beat out the ZR1 again. Like, at what point do we say, okay, enough is enough? Like, okay, you beat the ZR1. Now they're going to send the ZR1 over there again, and they're going to beat you again by another second, and you're going to beat them by like, who cares? At some point, it's like, who cares? Do it on an American track. Let's see you do it here. So, and that's honestly, I have a feeling the GTD won't do as well on smaller tracks. It seems like more of a big track car to me. So we'll see. But
well, I hope they do. Again, like I love, like, competition breeds innovation. They do. Is it going to make me go, oh man, I should have saved my money and bought a GTD? No.
Good God. I mean, you could buy 2 ZR1s for how much a GTD costs.
But I'm just saying, like, no, like, this not. I mean, I appreciate what they did, but and I grew up a Mustang guy, and I think the GTD is fugly. Like, I'm sorry, but I just do. Right? It doesn't speak like the Shelby's. Like Alex's Shelby, his KR 500 KR is way better looking.
I'm not a Mustang guy. I never was. I probably never will be. But I do like the look of the GTD. I think it's a nice looking car. But even like, if I'm going based on solely on looks alone, I still wouldn't buy it over a C8. I mean, it's a nice looking car, but it's not better looking than a Z06. It's that simple.
Yep.
Now, of course, that's
I
my
agree.
opinion, but
Oh, no. Like when you see them all running at Run Fellows and you see them on the track, you know, especially the Z07 cars with the wings, so you're like, yeah.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Let's see.
Yeah, that was the thing Michael said too. Like when they were at the ring, they told him, you can't get on the curbs. Stay off the curbs. Stay off the curbs. You'll wreck and die. Stay off the curbs.
You know why?
Like you will die.
You know why?
And then, yeah, they were.
It's a combination of those curbs it's a combination of elevation and the fact that those curbs are always wet. Always wet.
Yep.
So it's like,
Yep.
that's why. Normally, you can hit those curbs.
Yeah, they told him stay off.
Yeah. Yeah, you will. I've seen people hit them, and as soon as
They
they do,
said
the whole
you
thing
will
gets
die.
squirrely. Like,
Yeah, they said stay off. You will die.
yeah. Tyler says he's checking in on Monday night for our Carlisle's
Monday Night
next week. Yeah.
Cruise, love it.
So
Yeah, Carlisle next week, guys. Oh, I'm so excited. You guys got to come by. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to have both my cars there. Got some new stuff to reveal on the C6 that nobody's seen yet.
yeah,
it's
so
gonna be
guys,
fun.
I think Professor Corvette, I always want to call him Dr. Corvette. And actually we had a Dr. Corvette, so that's probably why. We have a doctor
Yeah.
and a Professor Corvette. Boy, that's crazy. We need like a registered nurse Corvette now. But seriously, we got 108 thumbs ups, guys. Let's keep rocking the thumbs ups. We got a bunch to talk about tonight still, but I do want to talk about Corvettes at Carlisle, because obviously this month is sponsored by AWE, and because it's sponsored by AWE, we got a giveaway to give away tonight. Tonight, it's not AWE's giveaway, but it is a $1,000 gift certificate from AWE for the end of the month. Now, if you want to get in and win $1,000 off of a AWE exhaust system, every $10 donated is an entry. $50 or more is double entries. We already have a list started, but tonight I am giving away the 8-list design coupe rear vented glass. So if you haven't seen this yet, it's an entire replacement for the glass in the back of your C8 Corvette coupe. I'm giving this away tonight. I have a big list of names already, because anybody who donated last month for the Solar Performance Month, your name carried over to this as well. So there are some pretty big entries in that stuff. But if you want to throw your name in on this, you will also be entered in on the AWE giveaway at the end of the month. So if you want to win a $1,000 exhaust coupon, enter in. $10 is an entry, $50 or more is double entries. That will also get you entered in to win the 8-list design glass that I'm giving away tonight. So make sure, get your entries in now, guys. I waited a lot longer than I should have not to mention this, so get those entries in if you want to win the exhaust or that rear glass. I know a lot of you had asked me about it last week. It's getting given away tonight. So get in on this stuff, guys. Let's see.
Yeah, LT4 was mentioned in Route 30. I grew up in Somerset County, so I've got so many good stories. My buddy had one of the Trackhawk Firebirds, like the early 2000s. We cooked the brakes off of it going between Bedford and whatever the next stop was. I can't remember. Had no brakes for like a mile. Just absolutely the scariest stuff ever.
So this is interesting, actually. Chopper Larry says, no one wants to give the ZR1 the props it deserves. Look at Drag Times YouTube. All the cars racing the ZR1 are jacked. That is a great point. Drag Times doesn't, I mean, there's certain YouTube channels you can tell immediately, as soon as you load it up, they're not Corvette people. Drag Times is one of them, which is why I think it's hilarious that Corvette invited him to the ZR1 announcement, because he couldn't care less about a Corvette.
Right.
He has all the, Ferraris, Lambos, McLarens. He's got these high-end cars that, he then turbocharges or whatever he's doing to them to make them insanely fast. He races that against a stock ZR1, and we're supposed to be impressed that it beat a stock ZR1. But with all this said, Street Speed, Mike, just recently raced his ZR1 against a Plaid, Tesla Plaid, and he beat it pretty handsomely. So the stuff we've been seeing, not sure if it's necessarily legit. One thing to keep in mind is that, I can't remember the guy's name now, that has the white ZR1 down in Florida. That he's the one that's been doing all the racing. Wheeler, yeah. He's been doing all the racing against drag times. All of those races you're seeing trickling out, those were all done on the same day. So that ZR1 was back to back to back to back to back races in Florida heat. Now all of a sudden you're starting to understand why that car was getting beat by cars it shouldn't have lost to.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
like Steven's
also,
running what did he run a 9.6? Yeah, on a drag strip, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, and like I was just gonna say, at like almost 150 mile an hour.
Yeah. So if he's doing it,
Yeah.
then you know there was a problem with Wheeler's car.
149 or 140, like, dude, that's getting out.
Yeah. KP says, wouldn't that vented glass leak water into the engine bay? No. So the way that that's designed is just like it is on a an vented door. The glass is like angled back, so the water would leak down on the glass and off the car. With that said, though, the design of the stock unit is open. It's to allow water in. Water can come in and it sheds away from the engine. So it's not a big deal even if it did, but either way, it helps change out that rear glass, and it is a unique look, I will tell you that. It's not a look that I necessarily would go for, but it is a unique look. If you like it, you like it. All right, so first $50 donation comes from Mike. He was just on here. I'm going to get him entered in. Now, this is going to enter you in on $1,000 off an AWE exhaust, and you're going to get entered into the 8-list design coupe glass replacement, which is worth like $1,500, by the way, guys. That was gifted to me by a subscriber, Mike. I can't remember his last name, but his name was Mike as well. Lots of Mikes. So I'm going to get Mike added in here, and I believe... I think Kevin added one as well. So Hondo.
That's Bill. I'm gonna have both Z06s, but I'm actually tomorrow. My guy is picking up my C6 and is sending it to Justin because Justin has a mod play for. I don't know what it is. He's like, hey, you gotta just trust me. Send me your car. I'm like, okay. I trust you.
Yeah, it's a mod that any car guy that has a beating heart would appreciate this mod. So there's no doubt in my mind he'll like it, but I don't want to tell him what it is until he sees the car.
No, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it, because I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time. But we'll get it shipped up to you. He picks it up tomorrow, so.
All right, so I got Hondo in there, and I believe I got another donation. Oh, there's Charles.
Charles, yeah.
Charles is in for 20 entries on this thing, which is crazy because he's already
It is cool, man.
20 more entries on Charles. And I think Charles might have the most entries for this 8-list design. Yeah, he does. So with that entry, he has 122 entries for this 8-list design. Yeah. But, I mean, he's not that far behind. Like, Jay Brazelton's up there. You're actually up there, David. You got like 40-something.
Yeah. No, I know. Bill Miller says the mod is new floor mats. It'll be new floor mats and like 1,000 more miles on the odometer.
Yeah. Oh, man, that would be hilarious. All right, so Kevin Reynolds is in for 50. Let's see. Oh, he was already in for... So he's in a good bit on that one. So he's in for another 10, 60. And he's in for 10 on this. So he's in for 40.
Yeah, you guys got to come to Carlisle. You got to come visit, man. We're going to have some awesome folks with us. It'll be AWE with Justin back there on the back. Solar will be with him. I'll be right behind him. We'll have, I think Dante's right across from us as well from E5. So that's a nice little group, like right there. And usually the GM 10 is like right next to us, like 20 yards to the side. So we're right there.
Yep. All right, guys, I got Hondo, Charles, and Kevin. I got you guys clued in on the entries. We're going to be giving away that 8-list design glass tonight. Oh, I just got something from Jay. Jay's in for 20 entries now. Jay was in for... All right, so he's in for 41 on that. And on the 8-list design thing, he is in for 106. So, yeah, this 8-list design, because I let it run for like a month and a half, there's a lot of entries. It's going to be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Well, Mr. T was asking about the ZR1 treatment for aesthetics for like Z06s or whatever. I like the ZR1 hood and the ZR1 wing.
I do too.
They both are really, really done well. Now that we saw them at the bash in person, you saw street speeds and stuff, and they have the ZR1 wing from RSC on your car at the bash. Like when you see it even in person,
Yeah.
it's even better.
Yeah.
It looks even better. So I'm all about that 100%.
Sean asks, are you giving away the window tonight or the gift certificate also? Just the window. The gift certificate will be given away at the end of this month. The window will be given away tonight, though. But yeah, what David's saying, the ZR1 wing, ZR1 hood, I think they do look really good on the car. Honestly, one of the parts of the C8 Z06 that I always thought was a little too plain was the hood. It always seemed like there should be a hood scoop or something there. And if you actually go back and look through my old videos where I was talking about the Z06 coming in, about how we saw it under camo and stuff, there was always a piece of camo that looked like it would flop over onto the hood. And I swear, I made probably 3 videos talking about how I was certain there was a hood scoop underneath there. And I bet you to this day, I do think there was a hood scoop under that particular camoed car. And I bet you they decided at the last second.
Package look. I like the Z07 package. Like I don't think there's anything wrong. I think it looks great. But if I had like a Stingray that I was going to make a track car or something out of, I would go all out ZR1 Aero, like go all the way out. I'd love the GTZ splitter, front splitter, and then put the canards into the splitter. Like I think I sent you a video how the GTZ splitter comes around like that. And dude, if you cut into the splitter and put the canards into it, that would be sick.
I might know.
I don't have the stones right now to do that.
I might know somebody that is doing that. I don't know. I don't know him that well though. But Jay Brazelton says, Justin, give a ZR1 hood away for a Z06, please. That's not outside of the realm of possibility. I actually just had a conversation today with a potential sponsor that has ZR1 hoods. So stay tuned. I know last I talked to Bill at RSC, he was working on a ZR1 hood, and if he does it, his is going to be the best on the market. You know it.
Oh yeah, dude, their stuff is lights out. Oh my god.
Yep.
Gorgeous.
So NBA Live says he thinks the ZR1 should have some Z06 GT3R front fenders. It's funny because there's a guy that I know pretty well. He's actually one of the guys that helped me put the Z07 springs on my last Z06. He was going to be cutting into his fenders to install fender vents. And I said, I like that idea. I'm going to let you do it first, but I like that idea.
I'll let you do it.
Yeah. I want to see how bad it ends up being. If it's not that bad, I'd consider it. Yeah. Jay says RSC has some great products. Yes, they do. Pretty really much do. The best carbon fiber products out there that I've found, at least.
Yeah. Yeah. When you even when you just unbox it, you're like, wow. Like, I mean, it really is a wow.
So one thing I want to note real quick here, guys, is the giveaway down in the description below is still going for the Torch Red 25 ZR1 plus $25,000 cash. You get an extra 50 entries for clicking on that link and doing it from the description down below. The yellow ZTK car ended yesterday. So if you did enter on that, stay tuned. They're going to be calling a winner here pretty soon. But if you missed it and you want to get in on something else, this is a Torch Red ZR1 ZTK performance package plus 25 grand. You get 50% extra entries just for clicking the link in the description down below. You're going to be in that description down below anyway, because you're going to want to get in on the free AWE exhaust installs and the solar performance stuff at the booth this year at Carlisle. So just like David said, make sure you come by, hang out. Even if you don't want any of this stuff, if you don't care about buying any of this stuff, come hang out at the booth anyway. We're going to be there. Come hang out. I mean, worst case scenario, we'll just hang out. You don't have to necessarily buy anything.
Yep.
Hand over fist. A lot of people ask me this. HPO, what's the latest on your ZR1 allocation? Until you hear something from GM that they've given out any allocations for a ZR1, my status does not change. There is no allocations to give out, so it doesn't matter if I'm first out of my dealership or not. There is no allocations. So until GM changes that, This story's the same. Jay Brazelton says he likes the torch red. It's a nice looking car.
Yeah, it is. Torch red is the vet color. It's nice. Nice. Yeah, Bill, the red room that this is my bonus room above the garage, and I live really close to UGA, and the previous owner has all the Georgia Bulldog stuff, so that's why it's painted this color.
I was gonna say I assumed it was a kill room.
My Dexter room.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, you can't see blood if it's already red.
I'm probably just gonna go matte black like on this one, but maybe gray like the garage. I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. But
all right, so to talk about a little bit of news here, guys, while we're at it, smash the thumbs up button. Make sure you get entered in on the giveaway because we are giving away that glass tonight, that rear glass replacement. But let's talk about a little bit of news. Over at the CorvetteBlogger.com, we do have our 2025 C8 Corvette ZR1 selling for $391,000 at a Mannheim dealer auction. Yeah, $391,000. Yeah, I guess this, as the meme goes, well, that escalated quickly. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking at, because this is a convertible. It looks like a pretty well optioned out car. It's a Seawolf gray, of course. Obviously, I'm a pretty big fan of that color. But it is a little expensive at $391,000. Sad part is this is a deal compared to that car we were looking at last week that was $410,000. So save yourself $20,000 and go get this one instead. It's sad, but that is happening. So almost $400,000 for a ZR1 on a car that should have cost probably. Actually, I think they did have the window sticker on here. Total was $223,000. So about $170,000 more, a little over $170,000 more. You could have literally bought a fully loaded Z06 for the difference in the price.
For the difference in the price.
God, that's insane. Marlon Hodge, I'm gonna catch hell for saying this, but what are your thoughts on AGM carbon fiber parts? They're all right. When it comes to, if I had to make a list, there's a reason why I partnered with RSC, Racing Sport Concepts. And it's not because they're cool. It's not because I'm friends with Bill. I wasn't at the time. I am friends with the owner now. But they consistently put out the best quality carbon fiber parts I have ever seen. And it's not even close. So if I had to give you a list of the top 3 carbon fiber producers, it would go RSC at number 1.
Yeah.
And then a far distant number 2 would probably be AGM.
Yeah.
And then right below AGM, EOS. Extreme Online Stores.
And I have to say the difference on that too, and I would probably put them on par. Like,
yeah.
I think the quality may be plus minus by AGM to EOS, but like for the bang for the buck on the EOS,
that's it.
It's hard to beat. When you open an RSC package. Because they're packaged so well. They come in these massive boxes. You're like, yes, what is it? Then you open up and it's beautiful. It's
the number
beautiful.
2 and 3 for me being AGM and EOS, they're interchangeable. And just because of what David said, the bang for buck from EOS is really good. But if you're focused on quality, don't even consider anything else. RSC is where you want to be.
Yeah.
And in case you guys haven't noticed yet, I try to keep it real on the channel with stuff like this. I recommend parts and things for your cars based on me using the same thing. I'm not going to say, hey, go buy this part for your car, and then you're never going to see it on my car. Like, it doesn't make sense. I'm making a trip to RSC, Racing Sport Concepts. I'm making that trip tomorrow. I'm coming home with a lot of really cool parts on my car. So I would not do that at all on a brand new Z06 unless I was confident what's getting loaded onto that car is OEM or better quality. So that's
it's better than OEM because it doesn't brown. But and everybody in here, like you spend the money on the car, you want it to look the best, you want it to last. Now, I've kind of gotten to the point where maybe front splitters are disposable products at one point or another because you're going to get them chewed up at some point. But I'm telling you, man, I got the RSC wing, I had the EOS wing. Nothing wrong with the EOS wing. Nothing wrong. It's a good wing. But the difference, I then was like, okay, I only want to RSC. What's the new splitter you got? I went to the GTZ. I paid for the GTZ, got it, and just was blown away by how good it looks.
It almost kind of sucks, to be honest with you, because until you experience RSC, you don't realize that stuff like EOS and AGM, that's not really that. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not top quality the way RSC is. So if you don't ever experience RSC, you'll be fine with that stuff and you'll think it's fine. But as soon as you see
and again,
RSC
too, like,
stuff, you're
I'm
gonna
not
be like, nope.
saying I'm not saying EOS is perfect either. Like I
Right.
got like my cover for the thing came cracked in shipping.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't. It took forever. I'm gonna, you know, you have the replacement for me. You're gonna bring to Carlisle, but
Oh yeah.
but the
Good.
issue with the things of the packing too, like just I'm not saying EOS doesn't pack their stuff good. AGM packs are a little better, but dude, the way RSC packs this stuff,
Yeah.
it's mind blowing. Like I can't imagine what they spend on packing and shipping just to, you know, protect the product. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing is, it's like bang for buck. EOS is fantastic. You'll see me use EOS parts, stuff that
Oh, yeah.
that I
Well,
can't
you know,
get from RSC. I'll use EOS.
Exactly.
Ricky says, Justin, have you had any experience with C7 carbon? I personally have not, but I have come across a couple different Facebook posts online that don't say flattering things. One of them specifically was apparently C7 Carbon has a ZR1 replica wing for the C8 Z06, and it's apparently pretty floppy in the wind. So stuff like that, I could repeat things other people have said, but I don't have any firsthand experience.
Well, and the other thing, like being kind of a small business myself with a manifold and stuff, like when you call RSC for something or an issue or an order, you're getting TJ.
Yep.
Right? Like TJ answers the phone. It's like a small group of guys. You get the guys, right? TJ's the guy that does their installs, that does a lot of their R&D, that does a lot of their work and stuff. So it's like you get the people that are actually, you're not getting some sales team that's in a whole nother building that has no idea what the product is or how it fits or how it looks or whatever. You're actually getting the guys, and I like that. You know, I like getting the people that can call and have a question if I'm doing an install. And TJ can say, "Oh yeah, this or that, or do this, or yeah, we ran into that. Try this."
Yep, absolutely.
You know, and they were genuinely curious when we sent them the EOS wing. When I bought the RSC wing, they were genuinely curious of how their mounting system was. They wanted to look at it and compare theirs to it. I mean, those are guys that really put in the time and the work. It was an interesting interaction for sure.
So Kevin Reynolds is actually kind of leading us a little bit here. He says, what color ZR1s were stolen from the assembly plant? So we're actually going to talk about that next. If you didn't know this, 2 ZR1s got stolen from the plant. Now, if you guys remember, not that long ago, a ZR1 was stolen alongside of a couple other C8s. I think they moved like 8 or 10 of them that time. I don't know how this is happening again. Like they apparently didn't do anything to stop it from happening because again, it's going on. So the ZR1s that were stolen, I don't remember. I don't actually know what the colors were. Oh yeah, so a green.
It's not a Sebring orange one that's in my garage right now.
looks like orange ZR1 and a white ZR1. Two ZR1s. One was white, one was orange. And they got the speeds up to 180 miles an hour. Hey, they were using those ZR1s, huh? That's all right. That's all right. They were just testing them out. So, and yeah, see, this is it. First comment here says, deja vu. Seems Bowling Green needs to get their plant security tightened up. Imagine if that was your ZR1. I mean, good God, you're waiting for these cars forever. And here comes some guy just strolling in and he steals the freaking car. Like, God, that would suck.
And you had a 25, which now you're not getting a 25 because some yo-ho took it out and beat the hell out of it.
Yeah.
But you can walk right up to the fences and stuff. The first time we were at the bash when the 2020s were just getting out onto the lot, we walked right up to the lot where they store them out there. We walked right up to it, like middle of the night. We walked up just to get some spy shots of it. I was like, wow, I don't think we should be able to get this close.
No,
like,
not at all. That's funny. So,
yeah, go ahead, boss.
The next thing is the ZR1 and ZR1X. There's some pictures from Bowling Green actually in the delivery bays, and this first picture is really cool because you see, I still haven't seen this interior package around much. The Habanero interior does not get flexed as much as it probably should because that looks really good.
It should.
Yeah, that looks good.
It should.
And especially
on like colors that like the Hysteria, you know, the Seawolf.
Well, this one here is on. Like, it looks like it's on Sebring Orange, which
it's on Sebring.
I'd be okay with that too.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. And that's the ZR1 sitting there waiting for delivery. So Hal McClarty is getting lucky enough to get a 25 ZR1, it looks like. Apparently it said that there was a ZR1X too. Oh, it's outside. Okay. So it's not in the delivery. I was going to say that'd be weird. ZR1X outside is in, of course, the new green. And in this color, or in this picture, the first one, it looks pretty decent. But the second picture, then it starts to I don't know. The first picture,
light dependent.
It really is. If there's no light out, it's not very attractive.
Agreed.
But you can see the picture here from the side profile, the new 10 piston calipers up front there. Look how massive those friggin' things are.
Yeah.
It's like the wheel barely clears them. That's going to be an issue. That caliper size is going to be an issue for any aftermarket wheel companies. Mark my words. Yeah, because it's barely clearing the stock wheel. So if you have any concavity to your wheel, it's going to hit those calipers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot of R&D.
It's going to take a minute to get some wheels for a ZR1X and a ZR1 with the 10 piston calipers. So again, guys, we're kind of in Corvettes at Carlisle mode. Well, actually, before we get to that, we got 150 watching, guys. Smash the thumbs ups, please. Professor Corvette says we'll plan the ring trip at Carlisle. We will talk about it. I don't hate the idea. I just David's got me worried now. It costs too much money.
Well, I think if we did his group, it'd be a lot. He just did it by himself. But what I think, though, we can start with would be coordinating your ZR1 delivery, my C6 Z06 experience, and then do a motorsports park track day for the HPO people, like a rental, just a private rental, kind of that whole experience. I think we can start there and really build into. I mean, I'd go with you to the ring, as long as I got enough notice. But I think you can get packages, because he said about going. He said, I want to go next year, because he can get it cheaper if more people go. So there might be a plus to that. We'll see.
Okay.
But I'd really like to do your delivery, my experience, and motorsports park rental.
That would be cool.
I think it would be freaking amazing, dude, because we can have everybody come down for the delivery, for the experience, and then we could just go out and spend all day at the track. That'd be amazing.
Sean says, speaking of wheels, what kind of tires did you put on your new wheels for your Z06? I put on the Sport 4S tires. Obviously it's a Z07 package car, so it came with the Sport Cup 2Rs, and they're great tires for the track, of course, but they pick up everything off the road. I mean, they're literally slinging. I'll drive down the road and I can just hear all this gravel, and I'm like, there's not even any gravel on this road. Like, where's it picking this up from? So it's like, it grabs everything and slings it at the back of the car. So if you want to keep your car nice, those aren't the tires for the street.
Yep. Yeah, and they have like lots of different rentals. Obviously, they have a big BMW presence there, but they have lots of rentals. You can, if you get ahead of time, I'm sure you could pretty much rent whatever you wanted.
At the NCM park, you mean?
No, at the ring.
Oh, okay.
They have a huge like BMW experience there, like where they have a ton of BMW Comp 4s and X drives and all this stuff. But like, if you give them enough time, you can pretty much drive whatever you want. You can rent whatever you want.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
so
Chopper. Yeah, I think it'd be great, man.
Once again, this is the 8-list design vented glass for the C8 Corvette Coupe. This is being given away tonight, guys. There is a lot of entries because this has been going for the last month and a half. But if you enter to win the $1,000 gift certificate from AWE, you are also getting entered in on this. So we're coming to the end here, guys, where I'm gonna start wrapping this up. So if you want to get entered, now is the time. I don't see any more entries, so nobody has entered since last time we talked about it. If you want to win this, don't wait any longer, because I'm going to be running this tonight, and it's going to be happening here very soon. So if you want to win that or the $1,000 gift certificate, you can have a chance at both right now. Oh, okay. Kevin Reynolds says C7 Carbon takes 6 to 8 months to deliver substandard parts. There you go. His words, not mine, but I've heard a lot of the same kind of things. So if I was a betting man, I probably would not go try their stuff. With all that said, I have found the carbon fiber supplier, so there is literally no reasons for me to go anywhere outside of RSC. They make the best quality products, and as long as they make the product, I'm going to go with them. But there are some pieces of carbon I want for my car that they don't make, and if they don't make it, I'll go with my second game plan or my second choice, and that's going to be EOS. EOS's quality on the C8 stuff has been pretty much spot on, but I mean, it's the classic, you get what you pay for thing. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Toyo R888s. I've heard good things about those tires, but for me, I would probably be more likely to put those on my C7 than the C8. I think the C8 already has a pretty solid lineup of tire choices. I really like the Sport 4S tire. I think that's one of the best all-around tires.
It is.
It's
and that's and I hate to keep going back to the ring, but that's what they ran on all the ring cars.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Why
he
not?
said it was on all the BMWs was the 4S. He said it was amazing tire.
Yeah, and I mean
see.
that's what they run at the Ron Fellows too. As soon as the cars come in, they strip the Cup 2Rs off and put the 4S on.
Yeah, the Toyos are amazing, but you're gonna run into the same thing, Mr. Toybox, that Justin's talking about with the Cup 2s. They're so sticky.
Yeah.
They pick everything up first, and if it rains or if it's cold,
Yep, no traction.
watch out.
And not only that, they're not run flats. So if God forbid something were to happen, you're running the risk of someone getting your car up on a flatbed or something and messing it up. It's just the run flats are what they are. I mean, so they ride rough and they're a heavier tire, but if the day ever comes that you need them, you're going to be glad you have them.
Exactly.
Seawolf06 says, is Shane going to Carlisle? Yes, he is. He will be there. He's staying, I can't remember where he said he's staying. He's not staying at our hotel. He's staying a little further out at an Airbnb, but Shane will be there.
Nice.
Yeah. Sean said he had the same tires on his car, but not having run flats worried him a little bit. That's where I'd be.
Yep.
I would throw the tires on there. I'd probably like them, but I would, in the back of my mind, it would be like the second I hit a nail, it's all over. Like my car's lowered. No one's going to be able to get that up on a flatbed, and it's just going to be a hassle.
Well, and again, it is real with the Toyos or the Cup 2. Like if it rains or if it's cold, your traction is nil. So you really have to be aware of that when you're driving those type of cars. But if you get them for like racing, drag racing specifically, they hook like crazy. They are amazing tire.
Yep.
So.
Perfect. Just want them to drag race. I will get a second set of rims and go back and forth if I want to race. Yep. That's what I did with mine. I took my wheel, tire, TPMS sensor, everything. I just took the stock wheel off, put it in my shed, bought I have the new wheels, new tires, bought TPMS sensors. I just swapped out the whole thing. That way, if I do want to go to the track, those Cup 2Rs are the tires for the track. I'll just swap the wheels over.
Yeah. But that's the best way to go, Mr. Toybox. 100%.
Yep. All right, guys, we are going to start wrapping this up. So again, if you are interested in jumping in on this giveaway, AWE $1,000 gift certificate will be given away at the end of this month. I'm giving away tonight the 8-list design coupe vented glass. You can see the pictures here on Paragon's site. This is what you'll be getting. Paragon actually has an install video on this too. It's a $1,500 accessory for your C8 Corvette that you can get tonight for a donation of $10. So if you need help installing it, Paragon actually has a really, really in-depth video on installing it, but honestly, I'd probably take it to a glass guy to install. It shouldn't take them that long to do it, but either way, if you want to get in on this, I'm going to give you another couple minutes here, probably 4 more minutes, and then we're going to wrap this thing up, and I'm going to choose the winner. So definitely jump in on this, guys, if you want to win something. Not only that, even if you don't win this, you'll be entered in on the $1,000 gift certificate from AWE as well. Let's see. Yeah, guys, let's get the thumbs ups going too. Looks like we got 135. It'd be awesome to hit 200. It's always a nice thing.
Oh, Blackout's going to be there for Carlisle.
What the heck is Allenberry?
I don't know.
The Blackout
is it like T-Berry ice cream? Not many people in this chat know what T-Berry is.
Allenberry for Carlisle.
Good. I need my front splitter from RSC.
Yeah.
PBO.
Well, I'll tell you this: I'm going out to RSC tomorrow, and I'm going to be out there for a couple days. And once I get back on Friday, I'll be back. Well, I'll be back Thursday night. On Friday, I have an appointment at Blackout to get everything PPF'd.
Yeah, exactly.
Sewell says Paragon has Eventuri intakes back in stock, both convertible and coupes. If you guys are looking for Eventuri intakes, that's where to
Get
do
them
it.
now because they go like crazy.
They will sell out quick.
Yeah. Not many people know what the T-Berry is.
I'm
It's a
still waiting to hear what the heck
Pennsylvania
Allenberry is. I'm guessing that had to have been a an autocorrect typing mistake. Anthony George, expensive week. Yeah, you have no idea, man. The amount of stuff that I have coming for my car it's actually insane. I looked the other day. I was like,
that picture of my garage, Justin, with like my first world garage problems.
Oh yeah,
I've got
I know.
boxes stacked.
I say this
in
like it's a
between
bad
both
thing. Trust me,
cars.
it's like Christmas every time my doorbell rings. But I looked the other day. I had something. I have a couple things coming from DHL, and I didn't realize it. I was like, "Oh, when's this going to be here?" So I went and looked at my Gmail for my DHL shipping. I clicked on the tracking number, and it brought it up. I was like, "No, that's not the right thing." So I went through and looked again, and I was like,
yeah.
"Oh, there it is." I clicked it, and it brought up another one. I was like, "No, that's not it either." And I was like, I had to go through 3 different tracking numbers before I found the actual item I was looking for because I have 3 things coming from DHL.
Well, and then it was like stuff was arriving in partial shipments. It was supposed to be 4, and then they do the other part the next day. So 3 one day, 1 the next. But then I had another delivery coming that day. So like all the parts for my C6 keep rolling in, and I'm just like can't even keep track of them.
Oh,
She said it's where they always stay.
okay. I didn't know that. I've been there once or twice, but I don't ever actually stay there. So help, I'm blocked. What are you blocked? How are you blocked, Chopper Larry? We're seeing you.
Blink twice, Chopper Larry.
Yeah, blink twice if you're in trouble. Yeah, so Toyo does not sell an R888 in 21 for a Z06.
Yeah, you got to go down a rim size. You can do 20s or 19s, but and then also if it's drag racing you're into, that'll also help you get a faster time if you drop a rim size as well. So
Kyle says, did you already talk about the limited silver? You know what? I didn't talk about it on the live video here tonight, but I did mention it in a video I created from GM sending me the information. The limited silver is kind of interesting because all it is the what is it? Silver flare that's matte. So really you could get a silver flare car, wrap it with Expel Stealth, and you'd have the exact same look for way less money. So it's cool. I like that GM's gonna start playing with some matte colors. But if you don't want to pay the premium, which I wouldn't because it's only available on a convertible anyway. So if you wanted that ZR1X Quail Edition, you buy the coupe, it would in silver, you can then just wrap it Expel Stealth and you ultimately have that special edition. So I think that's kind of interesting. What is 10 seconds 06 says HPO is also CFO.
Carbon fiber assist.
Oh god, yeah, you're right, man. I love that I didn't even know what that meant, but thank God for David over here. He's translating for me.
Well, I want to see what 10 seconds 06 brings this little cooler of treats to bring to the booth again this year like last year.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, let's hit that thumbs up. That'd be pretty cool if we could push for that. We're at the 4 minutes. So did anybody else enter? No one else entered. So I'm going to go ahead and put these last names into the wheel here. There's only a couple that I need to enter that weren't already in there. But guys, this is a freaking list. This is a list tonight.
I love it.
I'm
like great.
I'm excited on this one. So we had Jay and Kevin Reynolds, 40. He got there in 10 more.
Hey, I got a quick story, Justin, about the warranty stuff, like when you flip cars.
Uh-huh.
So I was getting the newest update slash TSB taken care of at my dealer, my service advisor guy. We always just shoot the bull. He was like, he's like, you see that yellow Z06 in the bay out there? I was like, yeah. He goes, so this fellow that owned a Dodge dealership, his wife bought it for whatever reason, didn't want it, whatever else. So the dealership then took it in on trade and then sold it to a guy. The guy brings it in for his first oil change. The VIN number flags. My advisor guy Steve's like, what's going on? Like, whatever. So he calls a check on it. GM flagged it because it only had like 700 miles when she traded it back to or into her husband's dealership, and then they sold it.
Oh, wow.
So this guy got screwed. They won't even warranty. He tried to even buy an extended warranty, like aftermarket one, and they're like, we won't even touch it until after the 3-year 36,000 would have expired bumper to bumper. So this poor guy
Wow.
bought one from a Dodge dealership that his wife had traded it back in, and he's on the blacklist for his car on the VIN.
If he's smart, he fights that, because I'm pretty sure
He's fighting it right now, actually. But Steve called, like, he talked to somebody pretty high up in GM, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't care."
I
So
I
I'm
thought
gonna
what dealership was it? You said it was a Dodge dealership.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because
Yeah.
I thought trading it in at a Chevy dealership
a
still was
Dodge
okay.
dealership.
Yeah.
And it was traded, but I don't know how like the title actually changed hands, but still the same thing. But I'll get you the fallout of the rest of this story when it actually comes through, because they did run it all the way up to like the big dogs at GM, and they said we don't care.
Wow. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that
Yeah.
ends, because I don't think we've actually heard any of those standing up in court. So
Well,
if it
we'll
goes,
see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, because they legitimately would not touch it, and they told the dealership that I go to, they told the service guy there, they're like, do not touch it. They're like, you can perform the work, but don't. It's not covered. You know, he has to pay for the work on his own.
Wow.
It's not warranted. So we'll get. Maybe I'll have Steve on, like, and continue the story, like, because he told me the other day. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sean's asking the same question. Did he know it wasn't going to have warranty?
No, and that's what he's trying to fight.
So
The
we're
GM still said they don't care. So it falls back on
it's going to fall on the dealer. Yeah. They should have told him that. Yep.
Yep, it's going to fall back on the dealer. Yep, is what Steve's saying probably will most likely happen, but we'll see. I'll let you guys know. Like I said, maybe Justin, if it comes out to be a really good story, you just have Steve on real quick and he
Yeah.
can tell you the story.
Well, that already sounds like a good story. So, but yeah, I mean, if that happens,
Well, it
it's
sucks because
it's
he
totally
bought it
the
from the
dealership.
Dodge dealership because it's the guy's wife, the owner's wife bought it. But again, it depends, I guess, on how they did the trade too. You know what I mean? They could have just done it as a sale from one party to the next and not actually brought it back through the dealership. I mean, who knows? But
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be a good story.
All right, guys, let's do the wheel. We got 140 thumbs ups. That's good, but we've done better. Let's do the wheel here. I'm gonna switch over to the browser. So there's a lot of names in here. So I'm gonna shuffle these around. All right, so are we ready? Are we ready for this? Look how many names are
I'm
in here,
ready,
by the way.
man. This is exciting.
I was gonna say,
Shuffle.
the number of entries on this one, like, just to name a few of the top ones, we got Kevin Reynolds
Kevin
Reynolds with
Charles.
111 entries, Jay Brazelton 106, John Perkins with 50, Charles with 102. Actually, I think Charles, let me just verify something here. I think Charles had more than that. Yeah, Charles had 20 more entries tonight, so he actually has 122. I forgot to update his. Where were we? Charles.
This one's exciting.
This is the most entries I've ever seen. I mean, we've
I
obviously,
know, this is awesome.
we've obviously carried this one over a couple times, so it makes sense, but at the same time, it is a lot. Yeah, Charles is 122.
Yeah, Becca, I'm gonna need that recipe. Chocolate chip bacon cookies? Are you kidding me? Yes. Yes. Bring that to Carlisle. Yes.
All right, here I'm shuffling this thing. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and run this.
Let's do it.
C8 Nate is not on here, so he won't win. But watch him still somehow win. That'd be funny. All right, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Wow, that wheel is doing some craziness tonight.
What is up with that wheel? It's fixed.
Oh, God. How fixed do you think it is now, David, huh?
Yeah.
How fixed do you think it is?
It's fixed.
You shouldn't have said anything, you wiener.
Dude, what I was like, what is going on?
I think it's because
That's
of
amazing.
how many entries are in there. It's just like all over the place.
Oh, dude, it was probably thinking like overtime.
Oh well. Well, I'd say congrats to the winner, but he's already here. Well, that's convenient. It saves me shipping, I guess.
It's the first time I've won anything in a while. I'm excited, actually.
Are you gonna use? No, you can't. Yeah, you can use it. You could use it. Would you use that?
I don't know. If not, I'll give it away to a subscriber.
Huh. Okay. All right.
How about that?
Well, I guess that's that. I can. We'll see if David's gonna put it on his car. I think it would be interesting to see it on there, but it'll definitely be different.
Me. We'll see. I tell you what. Do you still have everybody in it?
Yeah.
You want to spin it again? That way, if I look at it and I don't want it, you'll just already have the winner, and we don't have to go through it again.
You want me to run it again so you don't win it?
No. If you know what, fuck it. Yeah, run it again. Go
So
for it.
you're saying if you end up not wanting it, the next person you would give it to the next person. Okay.
Yeah, that way I don't have to ask again, and it's fair that everybody's in.
Okay. All right, let's run it again. So if just so we're clear here, if David decides he doesn't want this is going to be the person who gets it next.
I just want to look at it and put it like up on the car and things first, like on
Yeah.
a blanket or something.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I'm talking about a runner-up, Sean. Yeah, that way that way it's already, I don't have to do anything. It's already decided.
Oh, it's Jay. Oh my God, this wheel is crazy tonight. I don't know what the heck's going on with it. All right. Well, then there you go.
All right, Jay.
Jeez,
well,
I thought it was going to land on your name again, and then it popped over to Jay.
No, I did the same thing. I was like, there ain't no way.
All right, so Jay, if David ends up not wanting this, it's all yours. So
Yeah, I'll ship it to you, buddy.
I'll keep you informed on it as well. But I don't know what's going on with the wheel tonight. Something weird, but it was almost David again. That would have been funny.
Then it would have been fixed.
Yeah. I like how
had
you're
to
the one that
start
says
all
it, and then
over
it
again.
lands on your
There ain't
freaking
no
name.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That's pretty much it. That's going to do it for tonight. So, again, if you're watching this after hours, just make sure you can continuously enter for the AWE $1,000 gift certificate. You don't have to be watching it live. Send a Venmo to just Horsepower Obsessed, and I'll get you entered. Just make sure you put in the notes what it's for, and I'll take care of it. So, big thumbs up, guys, if you like the content. Obviously, subscribe if you haven't, if this is your first time here. But that's it. We'll see you same time, same place next Monday night.
See everybody at Carlisle.
See you at Carlisle, and stay obsessed, guys.